EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go. Right in. Stop.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
Room here to run. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, that's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Rolling to his right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
11 mighty.
To the air again, Burrow. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their third in a row. And the question is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Burrow will throw. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Here we go.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
11 MT, take.
Now it's Burrow. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
11. Check back 34.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Can. 12.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his man on the crossing route. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Jonathan Taylor with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
11.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into air.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fielded at about the 28. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
He's got a man, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and
he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
12.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now Burrow on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day offense. 11.
From the 41, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Denver. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I'd recover. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
from 17 yards out.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boswell for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Grant Delpit, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception. Third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
Let's go, hey. Mike 34, Mike 34. 11 MT, tape. 11 MT, tape. 34. Scoot. Bring it. They got to go.
Burrow on play action.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolute. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And that one will bounce out. Out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Set. 19. 19 No, check that. Check that. We have Mike 52 right here. 52. Watch the slant. Mike 52.
First play from scrimmage. Watson going to throw it. And that is taken in by Njoku. The 20, 10. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big play there on the first play of the game. 73 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Chubb trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. From the gun, here's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 31,
Tua.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game. Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the 1st down to go along with it.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it.
And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Mostert will score. Touchdown, Miami. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns have taken the lead.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Mostert hit, and he drops the ball.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On 2nd and 10, Tua gets this one to Hill. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
If there's one thing they aren't lacking in, it's confidence. They took a big and maybe unnecessary risk going for that fourth down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 44, Tua getting this out to the flat. Mostert on the move past the 40. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Tua on 4th down. He completes it to Wilson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. On first down, Tagovailoa. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On play action, here's Tua. It'll buy some time right. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tua, a final shot before half. Eluding the pressure right. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Second down and 8. From the gun, it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 56 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Browns drive about to get started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw, Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8. Watson now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 24 yards. On
On first down, it's Watson. This is caught. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
To throw on 2nd and 6, Tua. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Flush to his right.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line.
Now this throw caught left side.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
Tua to throw again.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Tua. Flushed out right. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Tua Tagovailoa.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Watson. Got an open man in Schwartz. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Here's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Caught by Wilson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 25 on 2nd down, Tua. And his throw is incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Tua to throw. That's swung out to Mostert.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Tua. Buying time to his left. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tua. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Tagovailoa.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-out.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance, and let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road, want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
Don't forget the extra point, it's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end. Going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Another try after the first down sack. Tua, throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. With that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. Charles, any chance they go for it here?
I think that there's a chance. They have to consider it because of the way they've played offense in this game. I mean, look at the scoreboard. Look at the points that they've put up. They feel confident that they can keep it going. But the risk is, and the downside is, you don't get it here, you've set up your opponent in really good field position.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. So it's a win here for the Cleveland Browns, and it's thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, Charles. That's one Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, we really saw a quarterback at the top of his game, didn't we? That was a masterful performance. 5 touchdown passes, and I'll let you know a little secret, partner. I think it could have been more.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.